Hello ladies and gentle tips, how's it going? I've got a box here. This box has just made its way all the way from the Netherlands over to me, and I'm quite excited to see what's inside it. I do know what's inside it. Now what I've got here, I bought completely sight unseen, apart from a few photographs and a little video that I tried not to look at in too much detail because, well, I didn't want to know too much information about it. Well, not that you can see very much. That's what we've got. In here, it's supposed to be a Traxxas T-Maxx. But it's not just any Traxxas T-Maxx. In fact, it's not any Traxxas T-Maxx at all. There's a transmitter. It's supposed to be a replica, or basically a knockoff or a rip-off of a Traxxas T-Maxx. So let's get it out of the box and we'll have a little chat about it, shall we? Hopefully. Well, this has come from, it's very well wrapped, look at that. It's come from a good friend of mine over there in the Netherlands. So I've got full faith that it'll be exactly as what I'm expecting. There we go, that is it. Thanks for watching everyone, have a good day, all the best, ciao for now. You didn't think I was serious, did you? Right, let's have a look inside here. Hyundai, so this is a genuine Hyundai part. You can get them in most Hyundai dealerships. But to be honest, I don't think many Hyundai dealerships stock these anymore. I think they're a bit, you know, not many people were after them, so they stopped stocking them. We've got an aerial tube attached to an aerial. Let's put the wheels on so that we can see what we've actually got. Don't know how old it is or anything like that, but let's put the wheels on, shall we? I like having wheels on things. But yeah, this came all the way from the Netherlands, and I tell you what, it weren't all that slow either. It got here pretty quick. I was quite impressed with how fast it actually got here. And I bought it off a bow, and where's my bloody hell, I've lost me oh right, hang on. There it is. That's what I was after. Oh, doesn't fit. Fair enough. 2 seconds, I'm going to have to lift you up to get the spanner from underneath you. Sorry about that. There we go. But yeah, I got this from him. Bloody Jesus. When he said to me, he said, I've got this, do you want to buy it? I said, no, not right now, maybe another time. And so I haven't actually paid him for it yet. He was like, no, I'll send it. You can pay me whenever you want. I was like, Jesus Christ, alright. Brave old bow. Let's just put any old wheel on here, look. That'll be that way. Right. So, as I say, I bought this completely sight unseen. Apart from a few pictures and a video that I tried not to look at in too much detail. I looked at them just to see what it was all about, but I didn't really take a lot of notice of what was going on. And the engine, as you'll see in a minute, if you haven't already clocked it, the engine is a the engine is an LRP Z18S Pro. So it should be quite a good engine. It's obviously had some modifications, as we'll have a look at in detail in a minute. But the EZ start, as they call it, or if you're in England, we call it an EZ start. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? EZ, but it's that's missing. I do believe that the engine's had an oil change. About I think it was about 2 weeks ago the engine had an oil change, so we should be alright there. Now Bo, he got hold of it, and he hasn't even he got hold of it, and he hasn't even started it up. He hasn't done anything with it, so he doesn't know what the engine's like. I said to him, Bo, don't start it. Don't do anything to it, because if I'm buying this off you, I want it to be completely, raw. I don't want to know if the engine runs. I don't want to know anything. So he hasn't started it. We don't know when the last time it ran. We don't know if the servos work. It's got batteries in it. Alright, it's got batteries in it, and the servos do something, so somebody's put batteries in it. I do know that Bo, he did say to me he was going to test the servos, so I do believe he did put batteries in it. So that's probably him that put the batteries in there. But as far as the engine goes, the engine hasn't been started at all. So this will be a good will it run. We might have a minion join us.
How do you always see me? Because
I can hear you creeping up. You're about as quiet as a llama.
Llama?
Yeah. All I can hear is...
I'm going like this.
Oh my giddy aunt.
That's how I'm creeping up at you, and I don't understand.
Where's the nut? No, we've lost the nut now.
This is the perks of having a small daughter.
No, hang on. We've got to find the nut to put the wheel on. Hang on. Right, so I've also got this. Looks like it's a switch cover and something there for the battery or something or another, but don't know whether that's for this one or for what it is. We'll find out. The nitro tank is, well, that's completely dry. Don't know when the last time that had any fuel in it. So, oh look, the air filter's hanging off. We've got reductions going on. Look, that one has got a little reduction on it for a smaller air filter, which goes on there. So we'll have to sort that out. But we don't need the air filter for starting it up, so we'll get rid of that. I haven't got any air filters for it, but I'm sure we could work something out and get a bigger air filter on. Let's see, shall we? So we just try and start it up and see if we can get it right. We know it should be ready to go. Well, it turns over alright. Bit of a weird throttle setup there. Interesting. Let's put the little aerial tube like that. Look at that. Let's have a closer look at it before we start it up, shall we? So here we are. Look, that's probably not supposed to be like that. Suspension's actually pretty good. That works. That there's broken. Don't know what that's all about. I might have to work out what the trouble is with that. Maybe it's supposed to be like it because the back one's also the same. Not a lot of damage underneath. Looking pretty good underneath there, look. No missing screws that I can see. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Now, I can't remember what brand he said it was. Shall we have a look at the shell, by the way? Let's get this. We'll just put that on the floor quickly. And we'll have a look at this shell, which has been very nicely wrapped in more Hyundai genuine parts bubble wrap. This is actually a nice shell. I don't think it's the one that it came with. I can tell you what, it is a nice shell though. GRP. whatever GRP is. I don't know whether this brand, it's a T-Maxx rip-off basically. Apparently they were good back in the day. They're quite an old brand. I can't remember what he said. Smart Tech or something like that. But this is a good shell. I like this. Let's see what it's like. What's it like on the truck? What we got here then? Let's stick that. Where's the aerial tube go? Through there. That's quite nice, look. I quite like that. That's actually really good. I do like that. Well, once we get this going, we'll go and take this for a bit of a blast up and down. I know the perfect places to take these for a little bit of a blast. Let's turn our attention to that engine, shall we? Let's get this engine going. So that exhaust points down there to the floor, alright. So we'll turn this round here because it'll be easier for me. Although I'll get nitro all over the bench, which is what I don't like doing, but we'll be alright. What kind of fuel have we got? We got this here. We've got a bottle of this. It's probably quite old, some months. I'm just going to put it in here. I think it's 16%. It might be a small mixture of different percentages, but I think it's 16%, so we'll go with that. That'll do the trick. As long as it's flammable, that's all we really care about. Let's have a look. Let's watch the tube. Can you see the tube down there? I don't know if you can see that tube there or not. Look. Yeah, you can just about see it there, can't you? We'll zoom you in ever so slightly there. There's the tube. Let's see if the primer works. Nah. That don't work. Alright, let's blow down the tube and see if we get any primerage. Oh, we do. Alright. The carb is totally full up at the moment. Alright, that's gone in there now. Put that back on there. Let's get a glow starter. Let's see if we're going to get any action. This engine is potentially quite a good engine, so if this goes well, we could have a really good truck on our hands. It don't seem too bad, does it? That seems to run fairly reasonable, I reckon. That seems to run fairly well. And to be honest, I don't reckon it's been long since that was started, because that started up really nicely, really quick. There was no trouble with that whatsoever. No idea how old this thing is, no idea whatsoever. But it ran pretty well. Let's put some batteries. Let's put some bat trays in here. You see, this is 27 megahertz. It's not 2.4 gigahertz. I don't know if it's got a failsafe on it. Probably not. But we'll run it anyway. Oh. Well, that's the end of the antenna. We can always put that out there like that, and then we can jam that in there. No one will know the difference. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's done the job. Perfect. So I'll put some batteries in here, and we'll see if any of the servos and any of the transmitter works. I think he did say tested the servos, but we're gonna ignore that and do our own bit of testing anyway. So let's put this antennae down. What do we need? What do we need? Probably 8, because these older ones always took 8. They never ever took 4. It's always 8. If we can get it open. Bloody Jesus. There we go. Oh, man. Plenty of corrosion in there. Perfect. 1, 2. Got some batteries. 3, 4. 5, 6. 7. Oh, hang on, I ain't got 8 of them. Where's the 8th one? Oh, maybe I miscounted. I thought I had 8. Maybe I haven't got 8. We'll find out in a minute. Let's stick these batteries in here. Ah, look at that. Now, like I said, I don't know whether this brand is native to the Netherlands, but it was supposed to be a good one back in the day, according to what Bo told me. But I haven't paid him for it yet, so we'll find out if it's a good one or not. Right, let's get this out of here. Right. There we go. Let's turn this on. Does it even work? Oh, it does. Oh, there we go. So, oh yeah, look. Smart Tech. So it is a Smart Tech. Nice. I've heard of Smart Tech obviously before, but never really had any sort of run-in with them. So, you know. But let's be honest, an RC car is an RC car. The same as any car is any car. Let's put that on. Oh, lovely. We've got some steering, look. Got throttle. Oh, we seem to have, we've got brakes. No. No brakes. No brakes at all. But that's alright. I mean, brakes are optional anyway. You don't necessarily need any brakes. I mean, they're just, if you choose to have them, you have them. If you don't choose, you don't have them. So, but we got full, well, more or less full throttle, nearly full throttle. It goes, it goes nearly to full throttle. Nice. Well, that's all right. I like that. Let's give it a little test. Let's see if the clutch is even going to work. I think it will. I'm actually sick as a dog today. I was right as rain yesterday. I woke up this morning with no throat left whatsoever. And I was like, bloody Jesus. Well, we know that servo's got a mind of its own, and when you pull the trigger to do any throttle, nothing happens when the engine's running. It doesn't even move. However, when the engine's not running, it works just as it's supposed to. So we definitely got a bit of a problem there. I'm not so worried about the fact that it could potentially run away. I mean, I'll find it eventually wherever it ends up. But the fact is that it doesn't actually work. I mean, I can't. I mean, when the engine's running, it's alright now. But when the engine's running, if you do that, nothing happens. It just sits there and twitches up and down. So we've got a bit of an issue there. I'll have to try and do something with that. But the engine is wonderful. The engine is really good. So I've got a couple of choices here really. I could nick that engine and put a different one in it and move the whole lot on, or I could repair it and drive it around and move it on as a fully functional pretend T-Maxx. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet, but I like it. It's nice, and especially with this shell, that is a really good shell. That is lovely. Look at that. There's something about, you know, this type of monster truck that I like. It just brings back memories from the late 90s and the early 2000s, you know. Whether this particular one is as old as that, I'll never know. I guess I probably could find out in some way or another. But either way, this particular style with these tyres, even the rims, you know, and the platform of monster truck with the springs the way they are, they're not the same as a Savage, you know, but they were out slightly before the Savage, at least in this platform, because I remember a friend of mine having one, not a T-Maxx or pretend T-Maxx, but a monster truck. I think it might have even been a Tamiya, I'm not really sure what it was, but it had the same platform, and that being a flat chassis. It's basically a buggy platform with monster truck wheels, and he had one the same. And I remember thinking to myself, you know, this is really cool, I really like this. And then I ended up getting a Savage, and I thought, well, this is much better than this. But this is just something about it, it brings back memories. It's a bit of nostalgia, that's what it is. But there we go. She runs, and it's an LRP, and it's a Z18S Pro, and she's nice and hot now. Nice. Well, what I'll do is I'll find an air filter that I can fit on there. I might use this jerry rigged up one and jam it on there, but it wasn't on there very well, was it? And I'll see if I can rectify it. I don't really care about the twitching of it, I just want it so that it actually revs when the engine's running, and then I can go and give it a blast, and we'll better see it blasting around, and we'll better see what it actually is like, whether the gearbox is any good. Has it got a 2-speed or a single speed? Oh, it's got a little adjustment there. Alright, that's probably got a 2-speed gearbox. Very nice. We'll better see whether it's any good. Nice one. If you want stickers, they're available, and also so are those ones when they're in focus, or you could just have an out focus one as well, that's also available. Thanks for watching, you lot. The next time you see this car will most likely be when it's out and about, and I'll be giving it a little go up and down some tarmac somewhere, seeing what it's like, because I reckon I can fix that servo fairly easily if they like. And yeah, thanks for watching, and every single penny from you members is going to go into repairing these cameras so that I can actually get better footage as such, because at the moment I'm having a bit of trouble. So all the members, thank you very much, and subscribers again, thank you, and ciao for now, you lot. Look after each other. Remember, everyone is the same, doesn't matter where they're from, we're all the same, we're all equal. Look after each other, look after yourselves. Cheerio.